In August 1977, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence relied on massive analog hardware like the Big Ear Radio Observatory in Ohio. Days after an observation, volunteer astronomer Jerry Ehman sat down to manually review stacks of line printer data. Scanning these sheets was a tedious, line-by-line pursuit of anomalies. This printout shows the raw data. Buried inside the standard background noise is a highly unusual character sequence, 6EQUJ5. In this system, letters denote high-intensity energy. The U represents a signal surging 30 times above normal cosmic background. This graph plots the intensity of that exact signal over time. It forms a clean bell curve lasting exactly 72 seconds. The precise mathematical profile expected as a rotating Earth sweeps a radio telescope across a fixed point in deep space. Nearly half a century later, this piece of paper represents the most compelling and confounding anomaly in the history of radio astronomy. To solve this mystery, any theory has to survive a strict set of physical constraints. It must pass through a scientific sieve. The first constraint is the frequency, 1420 MHz, the natural emission of neutral hydrogen. Astronomers call this quiet zone the water hole. The second constraint is bandwidth. Unlike messy natural phenomena, this was highly focused, a single incredibly sharp spike under 10 kHz. The final constraint is how it appeared. The telescope had two feed horns pointing slightly apart. A continuous signal should have hit both, but this signal only hit one, meaning it completely turned on or turned off within a 3-minute window. This is the trap. Science must explain a perfectly focused, high-intensity signal at the alien water hole frequency that vanished after 72 seconds and never returned. The most obvious suspect is Earth. Could the signal simply be a secret military radar, a passing satellite, or local radio interference? Earth fails the sieve immediately. 1420 MHz is a globally banned frequency for human transmissions. Satellites orbit too fast to create the 72-second bell curve, and a dual-horn telescope automatically cancels out local noise. For a while, a natural suspect gained traction: comets. A 2017 hypothesis suggested that massive, previously undiscovered hydrogen clouds from passing comets emitted the signal. Modern analysis pushed this theory through the sieve, and it broke apart. Cometary clouds simply cannot physically produce the incredibly intense, perfectly narrow-band radiation required to spike a signal 30 times above background noise. Because the signal actively defies standard earthly and local astrophysical explanations, astronomers are forced to look toward highly exotic, deep space phenomena. This leads to an extraterrestrial hypothesis proposed in 2021 by physicist James Benford, which rethinks the nature of the transmission entirely. Instead of a purposeful beacon, the signal might have been accidental leakage. An alien civilization could fire a massive, focused microwave beam to propel a spacecraft across their solar system. The residual energy from that beam continues into deep space. As the alien planet rotates, that stray beam briefly sweeps across Earth's orbit. This generates a perfectly focused surge of energy that lasts exactly 72 seconds and never repeats, perfectly matching the Big Ear data. While this theory fits the physical data flawlessly, it requires humanity to accept the massive, unproven assumption that an advanced, active alien civilization is operating in our galactic neighborhood. In 2024 and 2025, researchers combing through decades of archived Big Ear data identified two much weaker, persistent signals. These detections, dubbed WOW2 and WOW3, were matched to small clouds of cold hydrogen. Proving that these clouds existed in the original dataset allowed for the superradiance theory. It suggested that the WOW signal was not an alien broadcast, but rather one of these existing clouds undergoing a rare, temporary surge in brightness. This diagram outlines the mechanics. A highly energetic event strikes the dark hydrogen cloud, triggering a laser-like flash of radio waves, an astronomical maser. This accounts for the recorded frequency, narrow bandwidth, and massive intensity spike, explaining the anomaly without requiring an artificial transmitter. Astrophysics can explain the WOW signal naturally, but doing so relies on a fleeting, astronomically rare alignment of cosmic events that our instruments have never definitively observed before or since. A half-century of scientific scrutiny has whittled the mystery to a standoff between two improbable realities. We either caught the exhaust beam of an alien spacecraft or witnessed a first-of-its-kind cosmic superflare. Solving the case faces one tragic hurdle. The Big Ear telescope was dismantled to make way for a golf course. We can never verify the signal using the exact hardware that originally found it. This exposes the cruel paradox of transient signals. By definition, they do not repeat. We are locked in a permanent stalemate where we possess pristine data, but no ability to go back and double-check the source. The WOW signal remains 72 seconds of data that we can neither explain away nor replicate. It is the definitive outlier, a reminder that in radio astronomy, the most significant discoveries often arrive as a single, unrepeatable surge in the noise.